Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name's Nicole and this is Dusty Book Sniffers, and today we're here for day 18 of the Book Grocer Advent Box. So let's get started. Good morning or good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me. I have had a pretty hectic day today. I have been quilting up a storm. I have been trying to get things made and into the post. I have not had much luck with it. It's just been a heck of a day. So I'm happy to be sitting down and relaxing and opening up a day 18 of the Book Grocer Advent Box. It's been a lot of fun. As you can see, the books are all piled up there. We've had quite a mixed bag. We do have the playlist linked up down below. You can go and check that out and see what the previous books were. And I also have last year's there as well. Today's outfit has been curated by Little M. I had a little bit of say in the headdress. I kept pointing to her, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. She was going to go with the feet again, but she bent it in the end and said, yes, I could have this one. And of course, she picked the noisy earrings again today. and we ended up with the same shirt as yesterday, but that's okay. That is fine. All right, let me grab a book 18 off the shelf here. Is it going to come out? Yes, it is. All right, let's put this under the table and open it up and see what we got for day 18. And I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that has been playing along in the comments and, you know, liking the videos and doing all the things and all that sort of stuff. It has been a lot of fun, and I hope that you're enjoying opening the Advent as well. I know that I am having a great time. So, all right, let's see what we've got. All right. Okay, this is a very interesting cover. When the Apricots Bloom by Gina Wilkinson. It has a snake on the front, a teacup, and it also has a little apricot there. Friendship, trust, motherhood under the rule of a dictator in Baghdad. Okay, that sounds like a bit of an interesting book. All right, I do love the cover. That is a very, very nice cover. All right, let's have a look at the inside and what the font looks like we've been doing. The font is a decent size. I'm pretty happy with that. We have 306 pages. Excuse me. And the author's note says, when the Apricots Bloom is a work of fiction, but it is inspired by real life experiences. Living in Iraq under the Saddam Hussein regime during the Iraq War. I was a 31-year-old when I arrived in Baghdad, and like the character Ali in this book, I suddenly went from being a journalist and a professional in my own right to a dependent spouse, the unflattering visa category of the partners of diplomats and UN workers. And in this novel, I develop a close relationship with a woman like Honda. So it got a lot in there. I would rather not read anymore because it seems like it's going to give a little bit away, as I sort of just done a quick scan and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it has, as I said, it's not a very big book. It's got 306 pages in it plus author note. Let me have a look when this was first published. We've got book 18. I need to put that in there as well. Loving the cover though, absolutely loving the cover. This was first published by Hachette Books here in Australia in 2020. And yeah, so I'm guessing that the author is actually Australian, because it's not being published anywhere else that I can see. Kensington Publishing is 2020 in agreement with Kensington Publishing, but there's only the Australian details in here. So yeah, so maybe the author is actually Australian. All right, so the story looks like it starts in 2002 is the opening chapter. All right. As I said, it is published here in Australia by Hachette Books. It is also available in ebook and audio, which I haven't been telling you because it doesn't always say that on the back of the book. So most books these days do have it, but you still get a lot of books that don't mention that on the back. All right. So yeah, Just love that cover. All right, let's find out what this book is about, shall we? Okay, so before we get into what the book is about, I just looked up the author, and Gina Wilkinson is an award-winning former journalist, foreign correspondent, and documentary maker who's reported from some of the world's most intriguing and perilous places for the BBC and ABC and other renowned public broadcasters. During the 2 decades of living and working in hotspots across the globe, she spent more than a year in Baghdad under Saddam Hussein. At the time, the Iraq was virtually sealed off from the outside world, and Gina lived under tight surveillance. One of her close Iraqi friends worked as a secret police informant, reporting on her every move. Gina now works in an international development supporting efforts to end poverty in the developing world, and she lives in Melbourne. When Apricots Bloom is her first novel. So this is her debut novel. Okay, there is also in the back of this book, must be a really good book for book clubs and all the rest of it, because there are discussion questions in the back, which are great, because that also makes you think a little bit more. Like, I like to read them before I go into the book. Sometimes I don't, but I also think it's a little bit more thought-provoking when you think about the book after you've read it, to go and have a look at those questions, because it makes you think about what you read a little bit harder as well. All right, let's get into what the actual book is about now that we know where the author is from. What would you do if the secret police demanded you spy on a friend in order to protect your family? At night, in Hunda's favorite garden, a breeze sweeps in from the desert, encircling Baghdad, rustling the leaves of her apricot trees, and carries warning of visitors at her gate. Hunda, a secretary at the Australian Embassy, lives in fear of the secret police, who have ordered her to befriend Ali, the deputy ambassador's wife. Hunda's former friend Raina, an artist, enjoyed a privileged upbringing as the daughter of the sheikh. Is it sheikh? Sheikh, yeah, a sheikh. Now her family's wealth is gone, and Raina is battling to keep her child safe and a roof over their heads. As the women's lives intersect, their hidden past spill into the present, facing possible betrayal at every turn. All three must trust in the fragile newfound loyalty, even as they discover how much they are willing to sacrifice and protect their families. A deeply involving and important novel by master storyteller Gina Wilkinson highlights the humanity at the center of the brutal conflict. She brings her lived experience into every page of this dramatic and untimely hopeful book. Wow, this sounds like it's going to be a tough read. Yeah, I wouldn't have liked to have been there at that time. And so having the author actually live there for a year and experience some of this is going to be truly amazing to read, I think. And it's also an Australian author as well, to boot. So that is awesome too, because I want to continue on with my trend of reading lots of different Australian authors. I've had a fun time reading a lot of Australian authors this year. So yeah, and as I said, I've never actually heard of this woman before. So this is going to be an absolute interesting and intriguing read. As always, let me know down below, have you read this book or anything by this author? You might have read some of her stories or seen some of her documentaries. I might go and suss a bit of them out and see what else she brings to the table. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Now, I've been asking everybody this festive season what you have been grateful for today. So let me know in the comments, and leave me the little present emoji down below so I know you've made it this far. And as always, give me a thumbs up down below on this video. It helps me get seen in the algorithm. And if you would like to support the channel in a monetary way, there is a super thanks down underneath this video, and that would be greatly appreciated as well. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and to the little bell icon to all notifications, and then that way you won't miss out on any future uploads, readathons, or anything else that I'm doing here on Booktube. But that is it from me today. I hope that you are managing to get some reading done in the crazy times of the silly season. And as always, keep turning those pages, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.